Hey there, welcome back guys. In this video we're going to show you how to add audio to your newly recorded footage, whether it's 4K, 1080p, HD. We're going to show you how to add the audio and sound. So let's say there's ambience that you want or subjects that are being recorded and you want that voice, right? So in this video I'm going to show you how step by step. So feel free to pause and then move forward when needed. All right, so let's get started. Okay, and to make things less confusing, I'm going to do it for you in real time. So I'm going to plug in the DJI Mini 3 Pro, right? So that it's connected to the computer. And hopefully, I see it says no name. It appeared on my desktop. If you don't see it, I will move it because most likely my screencast picture is there. So you see, it showed up, it says no name. Okay, we can call it whatever you want, but mine says no name. Oh, that's really strange. The no name. Ah, of course, because you have to turn the drone on. Okay. So turn on your Mini 3 Pro. Of course, the propellers will do its thing, work its magic. The no name is probably the mic, DJI mic. Okay. So on that note, moving forward, we should see another disc appear on the desktop. Just wait for it. Oh, there we go. And it's called Untitled. All right. And SD card. So most likely I want the SD card, but it depends on where you saved your video on your DJI Mini 3 Pro. For me, I have mine saved to the SD card, but if you have it saved to the internal storage, you'll find that. So for me, it's SD card, DCIM, media, and I like to go by date. See how I selected date? Why tomorrow's date when the video was recorded today is there? I don't know. It's a glitch with the DJI. So there I go. You see, I'm talking, but there's no audio. You see that? So now we're going to have to sync the audio to this video. Okay? So knowing that and moving forward, we're going to drag this onto the desktop. Okay? And that was the last one, which is fine. That's the one we want. It should copy really fast. And we're going to call this, once it copies over, it'll let us do what it needs to do. We're going to call this DJI video, right? VI video. And we know there's no sound. There's no sound, but somehow we recorded the sound, and that sound was recorded onto the screencast via the transmitter. Okay? Let's just make sure the clap is in there. That's 1 minute in. And let's see if we can see me clap. See, I clapped. 2 claps, and then towards the end I did a silent clap. Okay, so that's that. Moving forward, now we're going to disconnect, right, the SD card. Of course, you eject it. 1 second. I just want to make sure it ejects correctly. In the Mac, you throw everything in the trash, but you're just ejecting it. And of course, I have 2 disks to eject: the internal storage and the SD card. So now it's safe to disconnect this, right? Okay, I'm gonna put my drone maybe over there on the shelf. I was gonna put it on the floor, but might accidentally step on it. Now, okay, click cancel. SD card detected, switch and storage. We'll just cancel there. All right, so now I'm gonna plug this in, right, to my remote controller. It's still on, all right, and it should appear, see? But with this, it doesn't appear on the desktop. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. Why, I don't know. It's just a glitch with this RC receiver. There was a time when it would appear on a desktop. Sometimes it doesn't, and sometimes the you have to use this special software. It's called Android File Transfer. So anyway, let me just speed up before the everything shuts off. So you see Android File Transfer. So that's the only way to view it. So you see I'm on my desktop. I'm going to click on Android File Transfer, and then you can see the folder within the folders. I'm going to choose not internal storage, but disk, movies, and then of course last modified, right? So we have, see the timing's off. Why, I don't know, but most likely it would be, it's not even telling me it's one out evening on the 5th. All right, so anyway, I'm going to presume it's this one. Okay. And we'll know. There I go. Okay, and then.
Okay, so if all that's confusing, I'm going to put it really simple.
See?
All right, so I have the DJI wireless mic receiver.
You see, and there it is. There I go.
So this is going to put onto
See that?
the screencast. However, if I want a richer with voice over here, and you'll see it. You'll see the record button.
See, watch,
now
wait for
recording, which is great. But now remember, the recording is being I have audio attached to it. So the audio is going to be on this file. In order to sync it, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1.
See?
Okay?
So, and look at this video. This video, it's got all the lines on it. We don't want that. We want the audio, but we don't want the video. Okay? So knowing that and moving forward, it copied to the desktop. We're going to call this screencast. Okay? Screencast. All right? So now that we have that, and moving forward, we have two videos here, one with audio, one with video. So now I'm going to plug this out, shut it off, because as you know, these things tend to overheat, and then when you want to fly them, you can't. And actually, make sure you shut off your Mini 3 Pro, okay? Make sure that's shut off. All right, so now that you've done that, moving forward, now we've got two files on here. You're going to open up your favorite video editing program, whether it's Final Cut, Premiere, or there's another one out there. I think it's called, anyway, there's another one out there that's really cool and it's free. Wondershare Filmora 12. Oh my God, that program is just phenomenal because everything happens in real time and there's no rendering. You add a special effect, it just miraculously appears and you don't have to wait for the render. All right, so we're going to call this voiceover, right? Voice over, okay? This is your new Final Cut. And now we're going to go here. We have two videos. I like to import the HD footage first because if you import the screencast, it's going to set it, your timeline into 780p, okay? And you don't want that. Or you can just click cancel. All right, so there we go. So as you can see, it's rendering, or it did render. So you can tell if you're new to this, you can find the claps. The claps are right there. See that? It's the highest point in the video because you always want your claps to be like that, like a nice hard clap. So when you bring your video into the timeline, you look for that, okay? But now, knowing that and moving forward, we're going to put a little marker there. So we know that the clap starts there. You can do Command plus, okay? Because as you can see, I thought I was there, but I wasn't really there. So you want to be on the clap, see? Right about there, okay? And now I'm going to press B. B brings up the blade tool, all right? So knowing that and moving forward, I'm going to shrink it down. That's Command minus. So now I have to go into this footage and find the first clap. Okay, 3, 2, right there. 3, 2, so that's two claps. So the first clap is 25 seconds in and right about there. Okay, so knowing that and moving forward, we have our clap there. And so how will we do this? Press A, right? You could always use like a marker. We know the marker is right there on that clap. And then we're going to use the blade tool and cut that. Okay, press A. And then now, if I bring that right there, okay, then you can tell it's right next to it. So on that note, moving forward, when I press play, everything should sync. So how I dragged it over, right? And then I could lower this one because that's just a screencast, right? And everything's going to have to go back to where it was. So on that note and moving forward, I'm going to lower this one right here, right? I'm going to lower that. And then let's see. Oops.
Okay. 3, 2, 1. They're going to be two.
So that didn't really sync. Something is off. It could be the rendering, but there's no rendering. Okay. So let's try and And we know it's in sync because we can move this video out of the way, this part of the part that we cut, right? So we actually want this part to sync. Let's see, hold on. Wait for it.
Okay.
There was a delay. So that means this has to come up and then move. For some reason, the speed is different because one is a screencast. So what we really want is the audio, okay? So once we bring that in a little bit.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
See, second clap.
2 claps, and those claps will have to be in sync with the video. So I'll just have to line it up in Final Cut.
So you see, that's the hardest part, lining it up. So we know that's done. And then we can cut this part here with the blade tool, right? And then that brings this part in. But I wouldn't recommend doing that until the video is actually sunk, right? Because even though this one is not there, right?
Okay. 3, 2, 1. There are going to be 2 claps, and those claps will have to be in.
So I'd say maybe a little bit more. Let's see. Slide it over a little bit. That's why you don't want to adjust this part too soon, okay? So we could actually delete that, right? Whoops. Where did it go? Okay, we could actually move that in a little bit. Or if, let's say, the videos are clipped together, we'll just do like a command. Where is it? Okay, we'll just do that. And now,
okay.
see?
3, 2, 1.
See, it's in sync.
There are going to be 2 claps, and those claps will have to be in sync with the video. So
See, everything just matches with my lips. Now that we've got that matched, right? So we have the high quality video at the top. Remember, we cut it, right? But that's okay. With Final Cut, you can stretch it back to the beginning. See that? And I don't really need the one underneath there because that was the one that was split so that I can sync it and bring the other one on top, right? So now, actually, let's bring the audio to the beginning, right? So now the audio will match the audio, except for some reason something happened there with the other clip. But anyway, we're going to shrink it down. And so now, moving forward, you have 2 versions of the video. One is here. Watch.
Here, so the audio.
See, everything syncs.
File, right? So in order to sync it, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. There are going to be 2 claps, and those claps will have to be in sync.
And so as long as your claps are in sync, everything is fine.
Video. So I'll just
it's just sometimes the timeline can get a little funky that way, where you have to detach the video. You could also detach the audio if you want. Let's say now we don't need this one, right? If I bring this in over here, you can see the original video, right? With the see, so that should be in sync with the other line. The other one, the 2 claps, see? So, well, sometimes it doesn't because it's playing at a different speed. See? One's a little bit ahead, one's a little bit behind, but now everything's in sync. And this is how you want it, and that's how you sync the audio. But let's say now I don't need this one. Oops. When you scrub through, you hear that when you don't want that. So let's say I got the video. I got the audio. So then what I'll do is I'll just right click, and then I can do detach audio. So now I just need the audio. That's it. So I can get rid of this, right? The one with the lines. That's this one right here. I'll show you. I can get rid of this, right? Because I don't need it anymore. Because I got what I needed from it. See? Now there's just the audio. And the reason why this is here is because the clips are just somewhat attached. So if I can just string that along like that, right? That's all I'm going to get because that's the end of the audio. So, and
Mini 3 Pro.
All right, so I'm going to select the blade tool again, cut that, because I don't need that crap, right? Oops, and then I just press A. A gives you the selection tools to select everything, right? Now I don't need that anymore because this was the screencast, see, the other video. that had no, I don't even know how they got in there. All right, so then delete that. So now I only have three items here. The first video that was recorded from the Mini 3 Pro in HD, I believe it was 4K or 1080, whichever, high quality, but no audio, right? The second one was the DJI, same video, but that we used to split. We used sort of like a template so we can get everything together, right? So now that everything's matched up, we can get rid of that, and we can get rid of that. Depending on your Final Cut setup, you might just have one or two in there, but whoops, see how that does that? And that's because this one is tied. You can't delete that because this one is tied to this one. Okay, so just leave that. And then that's pretty much it. Or if, let's say if we delete, let's see what happens if we delete the top one. Delete the top one. And then now, let's see, everything should be in sync.
So in order to sync it,
see, my lips are in sync.
3, 2, 1. Okay. 3, 2, 1. There are going to be 2 claps, and those claps will have to be in sync with the video. So I'll just have to line
That
it
one's
up.
a little off. I think I like the one on the top better. Yeah, so
as long as you're syncing the claps. Okay?
see, my OK was on sync with OK. So sometimes that happens. You have to do that. And then what you can do is you can select this one, press Command, and then there, because those are the 2 best ones in sync, because the other one didn't really do the trick. And then I'm going to right-click it, Control-click, right? And I'm going to say New Compound Clip, and call it VoiceOver Fix, okay? And now, you see, it's combined. And now I can get rid of this one, hopefully, if it's not attached to the other one. See, it's attached to it. So what I'll do is, I'll just do that. And then, see, now it's there. So now, if everything works,
I'm going to go 3, 2, 1.
See?
Okay.
I like that.
3, 2, 1. There are going to be 2 claps. And
so that's a tricky part, getting it in sync. And sometimes you have to work with 1 or 2 versions of the same video so that it just matches. And as you can see, sometimes they clip together. And there's a way to undo it by pressing the key functions. And that's pretty much it. So I hope this, and then you can play it on the big screen. You know, you just, with this one you can't because this one doesn't have, but with the Pro receiver you can. And that's it. I hope this video helped you and you're better able to sync your audio with your video when recording on the DJI Mini 3 Pro from the Pro receiver or the regular one that comes with your DJI Mini 3 Pro. And if you have any questions or comments, feel free to leave them down below, or ideas for other videos. And remember to subscribe. And I'll see you all next time. You'll see the record button now 1 second in. So it started recording, which is great. But now remember, the recording is being recorded from the DJI Mini 3 Pro. Now that video is not going to have audio attached to it. So I'm going to have to do that through here. So the audio is going to be on this file, right? So in order to sync it, I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. Okay? 3, 2, 1. There are going to be 2 claps, and those claps will have to be in sync with the video. So I'll just have to line it up in Final Cut, or whichever program you use. This would be Final Cut, can be any program, just as long as you're syncing the claps. Okay? So knowing that and moving forward, let's just jump into the computer so we can see how we can get the audio into the video that's being recorded from the DJI Mini 3 Pro.